knows they have to stop Kevin Vaughn if they want a chance in this game. Jay Brubacher remains red hot. Brubacher knocks down the 3, and Pope John a 5-0 lead.
And you see Bergen Catholic early on, Joel, really packing their defense down, not extending the defense whatsoever and leaving Brubacher wide open.
Jers the 3-pointer off the mark. Brubacher brings it down for Pope John. 6:32 remaining in the first quarter. The Lions up by 5.
See again, Pope John working against man-to-man defense.
O'Hara looking to go baseline. Guadagnini had a very good game in the finals.
Made some big defensive plays, especially in the fourth quarter.
Inside, Vaughn can't get it to drop. Brought down by Jers for Bergen Catholic. Jers drives to the lane. He's fouled on the way up. He'll shoot a pair.
I do like the chants already as Dan Gilmore handled the ball for Bergen Catholic. They were chanting Happy Gilmore. A crowd that's always into the game.
Jers to shoot. 2 for Bergen. Good crowd on hand again at Pope John. They have their supporters, no doubt about that.
It's interesting with the games here. You never know who might show up. We see quite a few smarter players in the crowd, including John Cozy.
1 out of 2. Kevin Vaughn brings it down for Pope John. Lions a 4-point lead.
Of course, Cozy's good friend Tim Sweeney is not playing tonight. The flu still making its rounds.
They leave Brubacher open for 3 again. He's off the mark. Brought down by number 20, Bedford, and Bergen Catholic looking to run. Jers throws up a jumper and he pops it in. Wow, just like that. He has a quick release.
Very quick release indeed. Squared himself up to the basket very well.
Jers averaging 21 a ball game for Bergen Catholic. 5-3, 5:22 remaining in the first quarter. Brubacher looking to drive, gets it knocked away. Good block by Bergen Catholic number 4, Dan Gilmore. And Jers will set up his offense. See Pope John man-to-man as the crowd a little rowdy early on.
Oh yeah, they're just yelling for him to shoot. Another round of Happy Gilmore.
Bedford puts up the jumper off the mark. They battle for the rebound. Jay Brubacher brings it down for the Johnnies. Brady looking to drive, throws up the shot, and he's fouled. I don't know if that will be on the way up or before the shot.
Calling it on the floor. First, you're going to confuse all the fans calling it the Johnnies, Joel. They're going to think St. John's out there, and they're going to look at Bergen Catholic, the team with the obviously
wide open
colors.
Guadagnini. How did he get that wide open underneath? 7-3 Pope John.
Coach Tom Fox always does a great job with diagramming the inbounds plays.
Totally confused the Crusaders defense.
Something that must be in the water here at Pope John, because on the girls' side, they've always done a great job designing inbound plays through Bonnie Lewis and into Mark Young. They've always found a way to almost get a 3-2 every time they inbound below the basket.
Jers, a long 3 off the mark. O'Hare with the rebound for Pope John. And I will not call them the Johnnies anymore since they are in white tonight. Just for you, DeGennaro. Kevin Vaughn.
I don't want you to confuse our viewers.
I think they're smarter than that. Again, our email address is Marty O'Hara knocks down the 3, and Pope John up by 7. LVTV@planet.net if you'd like to email us.
Well, really, I don't want you to confuse Ben Masters. He's feverishly keeping those stats.
And a 3-pointer by number 4, Gilmore. He rattles it home, and Bergen Catholic down by 4.
Right now, neither team is really playing with much ferocity on defense, Joel. They're both kind of sitting back and feeling each other out right now.
That's what usually happens in these state playoff games. Kevin Vaughn fouled. Foul was on Aaron Martin, his first, team second. 3:26 remaining in the first quarter. Pope John a 4-point lead. Guadagnini looking inside to Kevin Vaughn. Jim Brady open for 3, off the mark. Brought down by Bedford.
Right now, Bergen Catholic content to give up that 3-point shot. something that they're really going to have to change if they want to keep the score down this game. Big rejection by Kevin Vaughn.
Jers, quick move, but Vaughn right there. Brubacher brings it up for Pope John. Vaughn wide open for the 8-foot J. Kevin Vaughn puts Pope John up by 6.
Kevin Vaughn is money in the bank from there, Joel. You have to guard him there, get in his face, bump him around, because he will make that shot all night long.
Man-to-man defense for Pope John. 12-6, 2:37 remaining in the first quarter. Gilmore, what a move to the hoop. He got it over Kevin Vaughn, high off the glass.
Great shot there. The only place he could put it and hope to score was to put it way up off the glass, where Vaughn was going to send that one out into the fans.
And Pope John turns it over. Brady's pass out of bounds. Bergen Catholic to take over. And you see Brady will sit Weiss, number 14, Jonathan Weiss, in the game for Pope John. Jers looking for Martin underneath. Martin out of bounds. Pope John basketball.
Nice pick and roll, but Pope John rotated over just a little bit more quickly to tip that pass away. Jers put a little bit too much air underneath that ball.
Brubacher to bring it up now for Pope John.
Pope John's more than happy to take the outside shot that Bergen Catholic's given him. Now they've shifted to his own defense.
Marty O'Hora, he can hit those baseline J's. Pope John up by 6.
Well, right now, Bergen Catholic coach Chris Donfield is saying, all right, I played man and they scored easily. I play zone and they score easily. Not much left to play. Much left in my bag of tricks.
Kevin Vaughn on the rebound. He takes it all the way. Baseline jumper off the mark. Good defense by Bergen Catholic. Out of bounds, Pope John basketball. So 1:34 remaining in the first quarter. Pope John a 6-point lead. Guadagnini looking in the corner. Jay Brubacher wide open. He's off the mark. He gets his own rebound. Good hustle by Brubacher. Vaughn. And finally brought down by Bergen Catholic. Jers on a 2-on-2. Guadagnini defending. Jers, a good move over Guadagnini. 4-point lead for Pope John.
You see Bergen Catholic thought about pressing, then they pulled off, and Rob Guadagnini kind of saw that pressure coming and tried to rush his play and moved before he had full handle on the ball and went right out of bounds.
So Bergen Catholic a chance to pull to within 2. 1 minute remains in the first quarter.
Well, one thing we do know, Joel, is that Bergen Catholic has struggled with the press this year. Now, will Pope John be able to press tonight without Tim Sweeney here? That really changes your entire scheme that you play, not only offensively but also defensively. Sweeney, an excellent defensive player, very good at anticipating those cross-court passes. So is the pressure defense out of the bag right now for Coach Tom Fox?
Bedford, 16-foot J, way off the mark, out of bounds. And Pope John basketball. Is he calling a foul?
I think he's calling a foul, number 42, Aaron Martin. Yes, he did.
Pope John fans really giving it to Dan Gilmore.
Little Happy Gilmore, a little air ball.
32.4 ticks remaining in the first quarter. Pope John a 4-point lead. Let's see what they do if they want the last shot. Brubacher takes his time bringing it up. In the game now, number 20, Mike Latour for Pope John. And also, Nick, with Tim Sweeney out, their bench isn't as deep, obviously, with Jim Brady coming off the bench instead of starting. 8 seconds remaining. Vaughn drives the lane. Double team, puts up the shot. He's fouled on the way up, and Kevin Vaughn to shoot a pair.
Great job by Kevin Vaughn. Joel kind of picked up his dribble a little bit early because he saw the double team coming, but was still able to draw the foul.
Vaughn, a good free throw shooter, to shoot 2. So far in the first quarter, a good quarter for Kevin Vaughn, 4 points and 1 rebound. One out of 2 for Vaughn, brought down by Bedford. 2 seconds remaining. Bedford's got to get a shot off. 1, throws up the shot, does it count? It's no good anyway, and we've hit the end of one quarter of play here at Pope John. The Pope John Lions 15, Bergen Catholic 10. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter. After this, you're watching Action Sports, your local sports authority.
What's the difference between other internet providers and Prolog internet service from Penn Teledata? It's the 6,000 phone lines, 28 T1s, 4 DS3s, and ATM capabilities. Let me show you in layman's terms. Other data transmissions, Prolog internet service from Penn Teledata. Kind of obvious, huh? Travel the internet with someone you can trust for exceptional service and great prices. Call Prolog today, 1-800-804-5783, and experience the difference.
Step out of the ordinary and begin your escape. This is A&E. This is A&E. It has a history filled with war, revolution, and violent struggle, where barefoot armies clashed against kings, church and crown allied, and empires rose and fell. The History Channel presents a world premiere series that takes you through centuries of conflict and conquest. This is Mexico. Begins Monday, March 8th, only on the History Channel.
We're back here at Pope John High School with Nick DeGennaro, Joel Kanya. Great to have you with us. The Action Sports High School basketball game of the week. Jers, right off the bat, drains the three, and just like that, Bergen Catholic trails by 2.
Boy, he can shoot them back into the game in a hurry, Joel. Pope John has to be aware of where he is at all times.
Pope John, a good first quarter. They came out crisp, although not as crisp as that Newton Braves game in the SCIL Festival final, but they had a 5-point lead after one. Coach Fox has to be somewhat happy with the first quarter.
At this point in the season, Joel, it's just win. It's not win pretty. It's not win by a lot. It's just win. So he'll take a 5-point lead after one quarter anytime.
Vaughn off the mark. They battle for the rebound. Kevin Vaughn with his own putback. He gets his own rebound again, puts it up. Oh, what great hustle by Kevin Vaughn. And Pope John now a 4-point lead.
Boy, Kevin Vaughn was just like a man among boys down there, Joel, dominating the play.
Jers drives the lane, puts up the shot. Offensive foul. The shot does not count. Good defense by Pope John.
Is there anything else Kevin Vaughn could do in this game? He's rejected shots. He had 3 consecutive offensive boards and just drew an offensive foul.
6:52 remaining in the second quarter, 17-13. The senior leadership of Kevin Vaughn. He leads by example. Brady back in the game for the Lions. Number 12, Guadagnini with the basketball. It's a man-to-man defense. .627 left here in the first half. Brady having some trouble. Jers. Good defense by Mike Jers.
Brady, a little bit of inexperience there, Joel, trying to overhandle the ball up top.
Looking inside to O'Hora. O'Hora with the righty hook shot. And Pope John back up by 6. 6:08 remaining in the second.
I don't know if that was a hook shot as much as it was the righty shot put from inside the lane. Nice job by O'Hora to put that one up, but the only way he could get that one up without it being contested.
Gilmore kicks it over. And off the mark. I don't know if a Pope John player got a piece of that, but Lavecchio's shot went way out of bounds. Pope John basketball.
I don't think anybody got a hand on that one, Joel. I think that's just one of those shots that fell out of the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
Where you come up with these, I don't know. I don't know what goes through that head. Kevin Vaughn, top of the key. They give it over to Jers. Actually, Jers with the steal finds Gilmore for the layup, and Bergen Catholic trails by 4. Good defense by Mark Jers, the senior for Bergen Catholic. And a bounce pass. They tried to get it into Kevin Vaughn. Brady's pass. And a foul's going to be called on Bergen Catholic.
See those quick double teams coming. Now they're going to try a front and back Kevin Vaughn to shut him down.
See crowd still filing in here at Pope John High School. Not the biggest of gyms, but they do pack it in here at Pope John. And Jim Brady called for the travel.
Well, it's not a short little trip from Oradell, where Bergen Catholic is located, to here.
Member of the Northern New Jersey Interscholastic League. Finished 8-8 in the middle of the pack in that league this season in Bergen County.
Had to drive down to Oradell a few times myself. It's no quick little jaunt, that's for sure. Especially coming up here and probably catching the tail end of rush hour traffic.
See, number 11 checks in the game. Michael Cahill, the senior for Bergen Catholic. Kevin Vaughn, good hustle by Vaughn. Out of bounds, though, Bergen Catholic basketball. Rob Guadagnini checks back in, and Jim Brady will take a seat. 4:52 remains in the first half. A 19-15 lead for Pope John. Three-pointer off the mark. Brubacher with the rebound.
To this point in the game, Bergen Catholic has not even really attempted to establish any version of an inside game.
Good steal by Lavecchio, and Gilmore right there to convert. And Pope John's lead now down to 2 with 4:32 remaining, and Coach Tom Fox wants a timeout.
Take his 22nd timeout here. One thing Bergen Catholic is doing very well, Joel, is they're scoring in transition, and they seem to be the better of the two teams in transition. They're struggling with their half-court offense right now. Well, how do you stop a team in transition? First of all, you hustle to get back on defense, but most of all, you make your shots on offense and you don't turn the ball over. And if you do miss a shot, you have to grab offensive rebounds. That's what keeps the transition team at home. But if you keep turning the ball over like Pope John is just over midcourt, that is a transition team's dream.
Well, Mark Jers, the leader of the pack in that transition for Bergen Catholic, averaging 21 points a ball game. You see him, number 22 for Bergen Catholic in the red. And he's impressed. He's been impressive in the first half so far.
Well, you see that Pope John trying to quick movement against this zone defense now. Trying to skip passes to get open plays. Nice move by Kevin Vaughn.
Vaughn, though, did pick up his pivot foot, a travel violation. And Bergen Catholic now a chance to tie.
Well, to be honest with you, Joel, I thought he lost possession of the ball between when he moved. The ball was resting on his arm, so he had a chance to regain possession of the ball and go up with it.
Jers fires up a long three once again. Rebounded by Cahill. Cahill can't get it to go. They battle underneath. Jers right there, he puts it up. He can't get it to fall. O'Hora loses it, and a foul's going to be called on Bergen Catholic. Mark Jers loves to throw up those long threes.
Well, we've talked about that shooter's conscience before. It's definitely an oxymoron. It's one of those guys that's open the moment he gets off the bus, and where Jers is shooting from, Joel, he might be open on the bus.
Long three-pointers by Jers.
But now Pope John is in the bonus, as that is the 7th team foul committed by Bergen Catholic to only 1 team foul so far on Pope John. So Kevin Vaughn will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Vaughn, 7 points in this ball game. Now 2 out of 3.
There's 2 guys on Pope John you don't want to send to the free throw line. He is one. The other one is out tonight, Tim Sweeney. Another player who makes his living from the free throw line.
And Vaughn, yep, absolutely. They get to the free throw line quite a bit every game. Vaughn, 2 out of 2, a 4-point lead for Pope John. 3:45 remaining in the second quarter. And you see number 13 checks in the game for Bergen Catholic. Sean Delos Reyes, the senior. Jers, there you see him, number 22 with the basketball, gives it over to Cahill. Man-to-man defense, good defense by Pope John. Dan Gilmore, a long three-pointer for him. He drains it, and Bergen Catholic trails by 1.
Boy, Dan Gilmore has shown some range on both of the three-pointers he has hit in this game. Pope John's definitely going to have to pay attention to him, or he can shoot Bergen Catholic right back into this game at any point. I mean, they're in it now, but I'm saying that, you know, you can't go on a 10-0 run and then forget about him.
See Pope John trying to work it inside to Kevin Vaughn. Brubacher decides to shoot for three. Guadagnini right there with the offensive rebound. He gets his own rebound, and what a nice reverse layup by Rob Guadagnini, and Pope John with a three-point lead.
And that's the way to work, Joel. You get your first rebound, you go up with it, you get rejected, you just go right back up again.
De Los Reyes with the nice layup, nice look inside by Jers, and Bergen Catholic trails by one.
Well, that's what happens when you overcommit to the shooter. He's going to find somebody underneath. Now, what you're going to have to do is say, you know what? Well, Jers, we're going to make you find somebody down inside to beat us because you're not going to beat us from the outside.
2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 23-22. Pope John, a one-point lead.
Again, Pope John working against his zone defense.
O'Hora looking inside, Jers defending. Kevin Vaughn, sloppy play, 2-on-1 for Bergen Catholic. Gilmore with the righty lay-in, and Bergen Catholic a one-point lead, 2:07 remaining in the first half. I believe that's their first lead of this ball game.
And the 9 points in this quarter for Dan Gilmore. Right now, Pope John very careless with the ball.
Guadagnini, that's where they missed Tim Sweeney. If you missed earlier, Tim Sweeney out with pneumonia tonight. He's not even here at the game. Kevin Vaughn in the lane. High arcing shot. He gets the roll. That soft, high arcing shot by Kevin Vaughn, and Pope John a one-point lead.
And the big advantage that Kevin Vaughn has in down inside, Joel, besides just his leaping ability, his pure athletic ability, and that great touch, is that he is a lefty, and it throws a lot of defenders off because they're not used to defending left-handed shooters.
Good defense by Pope John. Gilmore, the quick move, but got it knocked away. So 1:23 remaining in the first half. Pope John looking to go up by 3. Brady with the basketball. Over to O'Hora. That's a three-pointer. He drains it. Marty O'Hora, the sophomore, gives Pope John a 4-point lead. 1:07 remaining in the first half.
Marty O'Hora stretching out that shooting range there. 2 3-pointers so far in the game.
3 for the team for Pope John. Kevin Vaughn, good defense. Gilmore gets it back. LaVecchio back over to Jers, open for 3, off the mark. O'Hora with the rebound for Pope John.
Well, we haven't seen Bergen Catholic ever before, Joel. And Jers seems to show that, you know, he can make that, he can at least reach the rim rather easily, but you have to question whether that's the shot you want. A shot that's 3 to 4 feet beyond the three-point arc.
30 seconds remaining in the first half. Pope John looks like they want the last shot. They're up by 4.
And the lack of patience by Bergen Catholic may be their undoing in this game.
They love to run and gun.
But you know, sometimes when you're going to have to play that half-court set, you still have to get the good shot. You can't just hoist the ball up from 23 feet away.
And miscommunication between Brady and O'Hora. Turnover for Pope John. So 10.8 ticks remaining in the first half, and Bergen Catholic will get the last shot here in the first half. Latour checks in for Pope John, number 20. Jim Brady will sit. Jers gives it over to Gilmore. 7 on the clock.
Look for Jers to get the ball back at about 3 seconds.
Gilmore over to LaVecchio, gives it to Jers. They don't get a shot off. Good defense by the Pope John Lions, and we've reached halftime here at Pope John. It's the North Parochial A quarterfinal state playoff game. The score at halftime, it's Pope John 28, Bergen Catholic 24. We'll be back with a halftime report after this. You're watching Action Sports, your local sports authority.
It has a history filled with war, revolution, and violent struggle, where barefoot armies clashed against kings, church and crown allied, and empires rose and fell. The History Channel presents a world premiere series that takes you through centuries of conflict and conquest. This is Mexico. Begins Monday, March 8th, only on the History Channel.
On a small island covered with stone, there's a shopper's paradise. To walk it is to know the meaning of extravagance, and to shop it is, well, indulgent. Join us for 6 hours of Fifth Avenue shopping, live in your home, Sunday, March 28th, only on QVC.
The only sports show that delivers more than the score is Real Sports.
The best sports show on television.
With the best reporters in the field, bring you a side of sports you won't see anywhere else. No other show hits controversy this hard. No other sports program digs this deep.
See why the critics are hailing Real Sports as TV's best sports program. Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel.
Back here at Pope John High School, the score at halftime, 28-24, Pope John over Bergen Catholic. It's the opening round of the state playoffs, the North Parochial A, with Nick DeGennaro, Joel Kanya. Great to have you with us, the Action Sports High School Basketball Game of the Week. And we were talking right before we got on tonight, for this halftime report, not a lot of balanced scoring, a lot of high scorers. Kevin Vaughn, 11 points, Marty O'Hora with 10 points, and on the other side, Dan Gilmore with 14 points. So not balanced attack by either team.
No balance whatsoever. Both teams are just going with what are the hot hands right now, trying to get the points where you can get them. You know, take the three-pointers, whatever's open. And right now, it looks like Bergen Catholic and Jersey just taking it from anywhere. If he gets the ball over mid-court, he's taking a shot from anywhere. And you know, that's really, it's not smart basketball at this point, Joel. You have to take the shots that are there. You can't force up 23-foot jump shots when there's no rush. There's no shot clock, you know, and the clock isn't running down. Move the ball around and find the open shot. But what has happened is Gilmore is bailing him out because Gilmore is really making some big, important shots. Jers,
though, is very athletic, and he can hit those long three-pointers. He showed that tonight so far. He's hit one. He's come close on a couple of them. For the Pope John Lions, not a bad first half, especially without their senior leader, Tim Sweeney, out sick tonight with pneumonia. Jim Brady really not into the game so far. Coach Fox has been in and out with Jim Brady and also John Weiss, so he can't find the right mix on the court, but they do have a 4-point lead.
They do have a 4-point lead. They have to be fortunate with that right now. Jim Brady, where you said, is not getting into the flow. He's not the shooter that Tim Sweeney is. He's not the defender that Tim Sweeney is, and that's no slight against Jim Brady. There's a lot of people that can't shoot and play defense the way Tim Sweeney does, so it throws the whole offensive rhythm off. But what has happened is Kevin Vaughn has picked up the line, and so has Marty O'Hora. He's played a big game. And they'll probably look in this second half as Bergen Catholic continues to probably use that zone defense, probably look for Jay Brubacher to have a big half.
Kevin Vaughn, a very good first half, 11 points, 5 rebounds for Kevin Vaughn. Always a tough defend against Kevin Vaughn.
We had that offensive series. We had 3 offensive rebounds and then finally put it back in. We don't keep the offensive shooting stats, so the shooting percentage would be down, but he does a little Moses Malone, as you say, just skies over everybody else, gets the offensive rebound. Inside, he's just a man among boys.
Should ask our statistician to keep better stats then, field goal percentage.
We probably should. He'll probably ask for more money now.
Oh, halftime score here at Pope John, 28-24. Pope John, a 4-point lead over Bergen Catholic. We're getting ready for the third quarter after this. You're watching Action Sports, your local sports authority.
Your father and I have talked. You are not to play Mario Kart or go skateboarding for 3 weeks. Every day you're going to ride your bike over to Green Grove Retirement Home and visit Grandma.
Now, that'll be nice.
It's not fair. And no TV.
Are you in the mafia?
Am I in the what? No boys were warned. I run my crew my way.
Bye, Jack. This is Scarface, final scene. Say hello to my little friend.
There's no mafia.
From HBO Sports, 2 great boxing shows on one great night. First, Holyfield versus Lewis. Get the blow-by-blow before the ultimate battle. Followed by Boxing After Dark Live. Cesar Bazan defends his lightweight belt in a rematch with former champ Stevie Johnston. Plus, light heavyweight champ Reggie Johnson takes on #1 contender Will Taylor. Countdown to Holyfield Lewis and HBO Boxing After Dark.
What's the difference between other internet providers and Prolog internet service from Penn Teledata? It's the 6,000 phone lines, 28 T1s, 4 DS3s, and ATM capabilities. Let me show you in layman's terms. Other data transmissions. Prologue Internet service from Penn Teledata. Kind of obvious, huh? Travel the Internet with someone you can trust for exceptional service and great prices. Call Prologue today, 1-800-804-5783, and experience the difference.
We're back at Pope John High School. The score at halftime, getting set for the third quarter, 28-24. Pope John with a 4-point lead. The North Parochial A quarterfinal matchup. Number 10 seed Bergen Catholic up against the number 7 seed Pope John Lions. And the winner plays Bishop Francis, the number 2 seed, at Bishop Francis. Inside to Kevin Vaughn, off the mark. Aaron Martin with the rebound for Bergen.
Aaron Martin got into foul trouble early in the second quarter and was not a factor.
Bedford off the mark. Jers battles for the rebound. Kevin Vaughn picks it up for Pope John. 1-on-3. Kevin Vaughn decides to hold it back. Good move by Kevin Vaughn.
We talked about in the first half that you have to be patient. You have to execute well and not rush the shots.
I don't know if that pass was to Kevin Vaughn, but he got the pass anyway, and he put up the shot. No good.
I don't think Kevin Vaughn cares either. He said, I'll take it.
There you see the athletic ability from Mark Jers, the senior leader for this Bergen Catholic Crusader team. High off the glass. They trail by 2.
See now, Joel, that's a much better shot than some of the shots he was taking in the first half. It's just moving the ball around and finding the opportunity. Because right now, as Bergen Catholic's in a sort of a 1-3-1 zone defense.
Guadagnini gives it over to Jim Brady, top of the key. Looking inside to Guadagnini, double teamed. He gets the shot off anyway, and Pope John a 4-point lead.
Boy, he just worked so hard down inside, and a lot of those opportunities all come from just that hard work inside and the smart play of Rob Guadagnini. Very underrated player.
Dan Gilmore, red hot in the second quarter, remains hot here in the third, a 3-pointer, and Bergen Catholic trails by 1.
Well, there's his 3 a quarter. He hit 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and now 1 in the third. 17 points right now in the game, Joel.
Marty O'Hora, skip pass over to Brubacher, open for 3. Brubacher, rainbow 3, in and out. Big rebound by Aaron Martin, and Bergen Catholic on the run. Gilmore. Pope John gets back nicely. Jers throws up the jumper off the back of the rim, and a push-off foul is going to be called on Aaron Martin, number 42.
If it is on Martin, he's going to have to find his way to the bench again, Joel, because that will be his 3rd foul. And it is, so Martin's going to have to go to the bench again, and we've really seen him give them a presence, grabbing defensive boards on the inside, but in foul trouble, has yet to score a point in this game.
Matt Lavecchio, number 24, checks in for the Red. Pope John up by 1, zone defense by Bergen Catholic. Brady open for 3. Jim Brady off the back of the rim. They sky for the rebound, Lavecchio, and he's called for the travel violation. So Pope John to take it out underneath.
I think Lavecchio was looking for the foul call down there, saying, I wouldn't have traveled if I didn't get fouled.
Guadagnini, top of the key. Tried to bounce it into Kevin Vaughn. Good defense by Bergen Catholic. Gilmore pops off the mark. Guadagnini with the rebound. 5:11 remaining in the third quarter. Pope John hanging on to a 1-point lead.
It's nice to have a forward, though, like Guadagnini, that you can put the ball in his hands, let him bring it up the court. Gives you some different options offensively.
O'Hora drives the baseline, puts up the high shot off the glass. Good shot by Marty O'Hora, now 12 points in this game.
Well, O'Hora asserting himself more in this game with Tim Sweeney out. We get to see really all of the offensive tools that he does have. And remember, this young man is only a sophomore.
Jers blocked by Kevin Vaughn, and an offensive foul will be called on Mark Jers.
Second time that Kevin Vaughn has drawn an offensive foul on Mark Jers. Those are both of Mark Jers' only fouls were offensive fouls.
So 4 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Pope John, a 3-point lead. Great you're aboard. The Action Sports High School Basketball Game of the Week, produced by Lawrence Video and Film Productions. 4-service electric cable TV, Channel 8, as Kevin Vaughn, spin move inside, no good. Guadagnini with the putback, he can't get it to go. And a nice tip by Kevin Vaughn. And Pope John now a 5-point lead.
Boy, that's just hustle and staying in the play, not running back up the court, assuming the ball will go in or that it'll be missed and rebounded by the other team. But it's the hustle to stay there and go back up again and make something happen.
And you practice that play right there. You go up and you tip the ball in. That's a drill that every coach runs in basketball.
One of those drills, Joel, right early in the season, it really burns out the calves.
Absolutely. Three-pointer by Jers, way off the mark, rebounded by Brubacher, and Pope John can extend to a 7-point lead.
See, Jay Brubacher is such an underrated rebounder. He's one of the best rebounding guards still in the league. He has 6 rebounds this game, and Vaughn got away with a walk.
Vaughn wanted the foul as he went up.
He also got away with a walk, so that was sort of a good non-call.
Vaughn always double-teamed. He's fouled this time. And I don't think it's a shooting foul. They'll take it out underneath.
That'll be Cahill's 3rd foul, and Cahill is the replacement for Martin. So both of those players with 3 fouls.
See Jay Brubacher look down to see if he was behind the 3-point arc. Instead, he gave it up. Good look underneath to Guadagnini by Jim Brady. Guadagnini, another putback. We've seen Guadagnini now in the last 3 games do that time and time again, Nick.
It's just hustle and presence underneath the boards. He's also so strong, Joel. You can't force him out. He goes right back up again. He has great presence, especially on the baseline. So you saw a nice baseline drives against Newton in the championship game, and there he popped out, put it off the bottom of the backboard, which is probably better off than putting it up because it would have gotten rejected. Got it back, and then went up again.
Timeout on the floor by Bergen Catholic. They trail by 7, 3 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter as you look at Coach Tom Fox to the left in that group. And rumor mill has it that Coach Fox may be retiring after this season.
Yeah, the rumor mill is running hot and heavy that this is indeed his last season. And he may even have told his team that this is his last season.
What a nice way to go out if that is the case. An SCIL Festival title for the first time. Be nice for them to go a long way in the in the state playoffs. Guadagnini a rebound. And by the way, we'd like to wish every Sussex County team that are in the state playoffs all the best and good luck. Lenape Valley has already lost, and High Point girls have lost. Sparta boys won, so we'd like to congratulate them in the opening round of the states. As Kevin Vaughn drives the lane, the lefty goes in, and Pope John opens up a 9-point lead.
He's such a different player, Joel, when he plays with confidence. When he plays with confidence, he is an unstoppable player, as we saw in the Newton game and in this game. And then there's times sometimes, Joel, when there's bigger players inside where he seems to, for some reason, lose his confidence, but he is too good to ever lose his confidence.
Lavecchio goes up strong.
Get that out of here.
Knocked away by Kevin Vaughn. Vaughn, we've seen him do that many times. Under 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Bergen Catholic. Jers drives the lane, counted in one. Strong move by Mark Jers. He'll try for a 3-point play.
I think he's going to get this one on Kevin Vaughn now. And he does. With Jers, you see there, that quick first step got him right into the opening. Defense couldn't rotate over quick enough.
Guadagnini will sit John Weiss into the game for the Lions.
You know, you love it when you know a player's coming back in pretty quickly when he goes to the bench and sits right where Tom Fox would sit. So just sit here. You're not going to be out long.
Jers misses the free throw now, 1 for 3, 12 points so far for Mark Jers in this basketball game. See, Vaughn triple teamed, found the open man. And a foul's going to be called on Bedford, number 20.
That'll be his 2nd foul of the game, and the 4th here in the 2nd half for Bergen Catholic.
7-point lead for Pope John, 1:41 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
You know what I'd like to see sometime, Joel? I mean, it's nice seeing these two guys on a basketball court. I'd love to see these two schools play on the football field as well.
Oof. Good drive to the hoop. Jay Brubacher, a 9-point lead for Pope John.
Two perennial state powers. It's just different group sizes when it comes to football.
That would be an interesting matchup as Bergen Catholic answers with a deuce from Bedford. They trail by 7. Of course, Pope John, a powerhouse, has won state after state after state title. And Bergen Catholic this year beat St. Joe's in their rivalry in Bergen County.
Knocked St. Joe's out of the top 20 ranking nationally. Well, see, in football, you have 4 different group sizes for parochial schools. Basketball, there's only 2. There's A and B, but in football, it goes group 1 through 4 in the parochial division.
Bergen Catholic a chance to pull to within 5, under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Man-to-man defense by Pope John. 3-pointer by Bedford. He drains it. 40-36 now. Pope John a 4-point lead.
And the 5th 3-pointer in the game for Bergen Catholic. Right now, you ask, is Pope John just paying too much respect to the inside game that Bergen Catholic has never established here? Really have to wonder if they want to rotate down so much.
Brady having trouble. He throws it out of bounds. And Bergen Catholic, with 15 seconds remaining, can pull to within 5. I'm sorry, can pull to within 2. 15 ticks remaining in the 3rd quarter.
And Bergen Catholic fans really wanted to walk on Brady when he went down, and they have every right to be upset. He did go down to the floor and held on to the ball long till after he hit the floor. Should have been a traveling, but it was a turnover nonetheless.
3 seconds remaining. A long 3 by Jers, no good. Rebound by Weiss as the buzzer sounds to end the 3rd quarter. The score after 3. It's the North Parochial A quarterfinal state playoff game here at Pope John. 40-36 Pope John over Bergen Catholic. We'll be back with the 4th after this. You're watching Action Sports, your local sports authority.
What's the difference between other internet providers and Prolog internet service from Penn Teledata? It's the 6,000 phone lines, 28 T1s, 4 DS3s, and ATM capabilities. Let me show you in layman's terms. Other data transmissions, Prolog internet service from Penn Teledata. Kind of obvious, huh? Travel the internet with someone you can trust for exceptional service and great prices. Call Prolog today, 1-800-804-5783, and experience the difference.
From HBO Sports, 2 great boxing shows on one great night. First, Holyfield versus Lewis. Get the blow-by-blow before the ultimate battle. Followed by Boxing After Dark Live. Cesar Bazan defends his lightweight belt in a rematch with former champ Stevie Johnston. Plus, light heavyweight champ Reggie Johnson takes on #1 contender Will Taylor. Countdown to Holyfield Lewis and HBO Boxing After Dark.
Your father and I have talked. You are not to play Mario Kart or go skateboarding for 3 weeks. Every day you're going to ride your bike over to Green Grove Retirement Home and visit Grandma.
Now that'll be nice.
It's not fair. And no TV.
Are you in the mafia?
Am I in the what?
Your boys were
I
warned.
run my crew my way.
Bye, Jack. This is Scarface, final scene. Say hello to my little friend.
There's no mafia.
Back here at Pope John High School, the Action Sports High School basketball game of the week. Joel Kanya, Nick DeGennaro. How'd you like that? Just for you, Nick.
Just a little voice inflection, thank you.
Right now, Bergen Catholic on a 5-0 run. They trail by 4. Their winner advances in the state playoffs. The loser goes home for good. Jumper off the mark, Bergen Catholic. And Guadagnini back in the game for Pope John, the big rebound.
Gotta love it when a guy goes out against 2 players and he's the one that comes up with the rebound.
Kevin Vaughn off the mark. O'Hora with the putback. He gets it knocked away. Back to Brubacher. And Brubacher right there. He's always around the hoop. And he always gets the big one for Pope John. They have a 6-point lead.
He's got 7 rebounds in this game. You know, how many guards have 7 rebounds through 3 quarters plus, not even a minute yet? He's always where the ball ends up, Joel.
Long 3-pointer by Jers, way off the mark. and you have to start questioning some of his shots.
Joel, he's either going to shoot him into the game or out of the game, and right now it looks like out of the game.
Kevin Vaughn, the high arcing turnaround Jay. Pope John back up by 8.
You know, Mark Jers may average 19 points per game, but or more, 21 points per game, Joel, but I think his shooting percentage is probably around 30%.
And counted and won. Good look by Gilmore inside to Michael Cahill. Cahill, a chance to convert on a three-point play, and every time Pope John, Nick, gets that lead, Bergen Catholic comes right back.
Yeah, they come right back, leading up the floor. The great transition offense that they're showing right now. Pope John not getting back and getting set quite quick enough on that last play.
So Cahill, one free throw off the mark, 44-38, Pope John, 6:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. Pope John almost turns it over, out of bounds. Good defense by Bergen Catholic.
Bergen Catholic starting to press a little bit more on the outsides.
And Brubacher to bring it in, finds John Weiss. They kick it back out to Guadagnini. There you see a trap at half court by Bergen Catholic. And they trap in the corner, Brubacher. Good move by Jay Brubacher. He calls a timeout.
Very good move. He took the timeout there. They had 4 timeouts to go. So to take a full timeout, what Brubacher did not get was any help from his teammates, Joel. They all just sat there and watched him get trapped in a corner. They have to pick up the hustle away from the ball.
You're starting to see a trap more and more now from Bergen Catholic. 6:26 remaining in this game, 44-38, Pope John, a 6-point lead. If you like to purchase any Action Sports basketball games of the week, future or past, the phone number is 973-729-7653. Let's talk about our next basketball game. We're going to be down at Hopatcong High School. Group 2 playoff game. On the girls' side, the SCIL Festival champions, the Hopatcong Chiefs. What a year they've had. And they went pretty far last year in the Group 2 sectionals.
Right. They lost last year in the sectional finals to Ridgefield Park. This year they're going to start out with the winner of Ramsey and Rutherford.
Pope John up by 6, 6:17 remaining.
I'm sorry, Joel, they'll have the winner of Englewood or Riverdale. Riverdale team we saw last year lost their big player, Lindsay Davis, but they also moved down to Group 2.
I believe Lindsay Davis is still around.
Nope, she graduated.
Out of bounds, Bergen Catholic basketball, under 6 minutes remaining in this game. Pope John holding on to a 6-point lead.
But they do have a super sophomore in Erin Pichetta, also plays with her sister as well on the team. So they moved down in group size, but they lost one of the all-state players from last year.
Once again, a great memory by you. She did graduate. 5:36 remaining. Looking forward to that Hopatcong girls game as they take a run at the States. Check Channel 8 listings for when that game is on. Inside to Cahill. No good. Marty O'Hora, the big rebound for Pope John.
Great pass inside.
Guadagnini.
By Aaron Martin. Just Cahill couldn't convert.
Guadagnini baseline kicks it over to Brubacher. Wide open for 3. Jay Brubacher couldn't put it down. This crowd was about to explode if that went. Jers in the lane, puts up the shot, and it rolls in. Mark Jers pulls Bergen Catholic to within 4. You see more pressure now by Bergen Catholic.
Well, Jers has shown the ability to put the ball on the floor and score.
And there you see Brubacher once again high off the glass. 6-point lead for Pope John.
And you have to wonder why Jers just doesn't do that more often instead of taking those 23, 24-foot shots.
Gilmore, long 3 off the mark. Martin tries to save it into the hands of Kevin Vaughn. Jim Brady knocked all over the place, and he's called for the offensive foul. Coach Tom Fox not happy with the call.
Well, Brady was out of control, so that's what the official sees is one player out of control running into another. He's always going to call it against the one who looks to be more out of control.
Delos Reyes checks back in, number 13 for Bergen Catholic in the red. 4.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Pope John, a 6-point lead. Gilmore, top of the key. Gilmore has not scored anything yet in the fourth quarter. Had a big second and third. Drive the lane. A blocking violation will be called, I believe, on O'Hora.
Well, you see the strength of Mark Jers as he just drove Marty O'Hora, who was about 12 feet away from the basket. When O'Hora finally landed on the floor, he landed right underneath the basket.
So 2 shots for Jers. 1 for 3 tonight. Jers hits the first. $15 points tonight for Mark Jers. 1 out of 2. Big rebound by Vaughn. You see a triple team on Kevin Vaughn behind midcourt. Bergen Catholic gets back.
Oh, John, not able to really make Bergen Catholic pay for that press defense yet.
Brady, a good drive to the hoop. Jim Brady to shoot a pair. And you see Bergen Catholic right now, Nick, going after the basketball. They're looking for steals and turnovers.
And that will be the 4th foul on Cahill.
The team's 5th. And Jim Brady to shoot a pair. See, as the Pope John fans stand up every time their player goes to the line, Jim Brady hits the first. 2 out of 2 for Jim Brady, the junior, filling in for Tim Sweeney tonight. 7-point lead for Pope John. De Los Reyes with the ball, puts up the shot. He's fouled on the way up as O'Hora will be charged with another foul. De Los Reyes to shoot a pair.
And right now, Bergen Catholic is having a lot of success with putting the ball on the floor and driving to the basket, making things happen. We talked about earlier, you know, you can't take those bad shots from the outside, Joel. You have to set something up. If you're not hitting your outside shots, then put the ball on the floor and go.
De Los Reyes' first shot from the free throw line goes in. 3 points tonight for him. 48-42. In and out, 1 out of 2. And there you see the pressure by Bergen Catholic. They're down by 6. And a foul will be charged to Bergen Catholic, I believe, Dan Gilmore. And that's who the foul is on. And the next foul, Bergen Catholic will be over the limit. O'Hora. Big pass across court. That's a dangerous pass in basketball. Bergen Catholic intercepts. Martin gives it over to Jers. Back to Martin. Good defense by Kevin Vaughn. And a charging violation will be called on Aaron Martin. And that's his 4th foul, the team's 7th.
Martin led with that forearm. The official's going to make that call every time. If you go into a player and lead with that forearm, he's going to call the offensive foul. And Vaughn's quicker. Kevin Vaughn's feet are so quick down there, he gets set.
Offensive foul, they don't shoot. Jim Brady gives it over to Kevin Vaughn. 3:15 remaining. Vaughn, strong move to the hoop. Look at that roll by Kevin Vaughn. Talk about home cooking.
Soft touch off the friendly rim.
8-point lead for Pope John. Gilmore lines it up for 3. Dan Gilmore pulls Bergen Catholic to within 5. 4 3-pointers tonight for Gilmore.
And you know he doesn't want to get greedy, so he only hits 1 every single quarter. Talk about consistency.
O'Hora shot no good. Jers, another shot. Pulls up, no good. Kevin Vaughn looking to run. And a foul will be called on Mark Jers. 50-45, 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
And you know, you have to wonder where Bergen Catholic's intensity was on defense the entire game, Joel. They've really cranked it up here, latter part of the third quarter and here into the fourth quarter, and you have to wonder where this intensity was the entire game. I know sometimes you get disoriented taking that long bus ride, but you know, at this time of the year, you have to be used to it.
Mark Jers, his 3rd foul. Kevin Vaughn hits the first. 4 for 5 tonight from the line for Kevin Vaughn. One out of two, 22 points tonight for Vaughn, 51-45, Pope John. Drive to the hoop by Dan Gilmore, and Bergen Catholic inching their way back in this one. They trail by 4. See the pressure defense by Bergen Catholic. Pope John having trouble getting it in. They get it in. O'Hora gives it over to Jay Brubacher. 2:14 remaining. They turn it over, or that went off Bergen Catholic. So Pope John does not turn it over. They keep the basketball.
Smart play by Jim Brady. He knew he was going to get the ball back, so why try and force himself into a tough situation of grabbing the ball right by the sideline and having 2 defenders on him. Instead, he blocked off the defenders, let the ball go out of bounds.
Off Jim Brady's hand, Delos Rios with the steal. They give it over to Dan Gilmore. Gilmore puts it up and in, and Bergen Catholic trails by 2. Under 2 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. The North Parochial A quarterfinal matchup here. Jers with the steal gives it over to Cahill. Cahill lays it in, and Bergen Catholic, we're offside up at 51 apiece. 1:39 remaining in the 4th quarter. Tom Fox wants a timeout.
Oh, and he needs this timeout badly. His team right now is just getting ripped apart by this press defense of Bergen Catholic, not handling the ball well at all, especially moving it up near midcourt.
Bergen Catholic on a 6-0 run. Full court pressure giving Pope John problems. 51 apiece, 1:39 remaining. There you see Bergen Catholic, the Crusaders, the number 10th seed in North Parochial A. Pope John came in as the number 7 seed. Pope John at 20-5, Bergen Catholic at 13-10.
One thing that the press does, Joel, is it keeps the ball out of Pope John's best players' hands. Okay, it keeps the ball out of Kevin Vaughn's hands.
O'Hora gets it on the opposite baseline. He gets it knocked away by Martin. Martin right there, puts it up, counted and one. The full court pressure by Bergen Catholic doing the job, and Martin can give Bergen Catholic a 3-point lead.
Big time play by Aaron Martin. He's the one that causes the turnover, gets the ball right back from Jers and finishes off the play.
Pope John killing themselves in their own end. And Martin misses the big free throw. Bergen Catholic on an 8-0 run. They're up by 2. 1.5 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. Brady kicks it over to O'Hora. Martin with almost a steal, and a foul will be called on Aaron Martin, and that's his 5th.
That's a big foul because it takes the best rebounder for Bergen Catholic out of the game, and also one of their better press players. He did a great job of contesting the inbounds passes.
Matt Lavecchio checks in, number 24 in the red for Bergen Catholic. That puts Jim Brady to the line. Brady tonight, 2 for 2.
You don't want to let Pope John score points to try and tie the game up without the clock running.
Kevin Vaughn right there with the putback. Oh, what a huge rebound by Kevin Vaughn. We're all tied up at 53.
Wow, what a big play. The big players, the stars, they come to play when it's crunch time.
Kevin Vaughn, 24 points tonight. The winner goes home. The winner advances. The loser goes home.
Well, they both get to go home.
I'm getting pumped up here.
They get to go home after the game.
Timeout on the floor by Bergen Catholic. And Kevin Vaughn, what a huge night for him. 24 points, 11 rebounds.
They just, you know, that's when the star players come to play in crunch time. They're the guys that when your team desperately needs points, step it up and score. They're the ones that get the big rebounds. They're the ones that make the big plays. And Kevin Vaughn is a big-time player. Just really was the only one that was active on that free throw shot. He cut right inside uncontested, grabbed the rebound, went to the other side of the rim, and put it up and in.
Winner will play the number 2 seed, Bishop Francis from Essex, the former Essex Catholic team. Not an easy task for either of these ball clubs going into Essex Catholic, that's for sure, but both of them would love to. All tied up at 53 apiece. Pope John had a 9-point lead, an 8-point lead with about 3 minutes remaining in this game. And Bergen Catholic's pressure defense has given Pope John problems late here in this ball game. 55.9 ticks remaining in the fourth quarter, 53 apiece.
This is a time for a big defensive stand for Pope John. Also, there's the guy right there, Gilmore, that'll probably be the most likely guy to score here. I know Juris has scored some points in this game, Joel, but I think if I was Bergen Catholic, I'd feel a little bit more comfortable with Gilmore with the ball because he seems to have made the better plays throughout the game. He hasn't forced up the bad shots.
Bergen Catholic looks like they want the last shot. 35 seconds remaining. Delos Reyes, top of the key. They give it to Jers. Weiss defending. Man-to-man defense for Pope John. 24 ticks remaining. Delos Reyes with the basketball, down to 18. 53 apiece. The winner advances, the loser goes home. 12 seconds.
You hear the fans on the Pope John side saying, let 22 shoot it.
Jers, 7 seconds remaining. A little late starting here for Bergen Catholic. Jers pulls up the wide open jack. He cans it for Bergen Catholic. And a timeout on the floor. The buzzer sounds, but there has to be, I think, at least 1 second remaining.
But the officials ran off the court.
The officials are running, and that is the game. They're calling the game.
I've never seen officials run off the court like that, Joel.
What an ending to this one. Pope John's season is over. They lose a tight one here at Bergen Catholic, against Bergen Catholic here at Pope John. The final score, once again, Bergen Catholic 55, Pope John 53. Oh, what a tough loss for the Pope John Lions. We'll be back with a post-game report, a couple of interviews after this. You're watching Action Sports, your local sports authority.
There heat coming off this thing, or is it just happy to see me?
Too impossible to imagine.
Now online with alien intelligence.
Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone, Samuel L. Jackson.
Anybody else wonder who the hell opened that door?
Hey guys, I'm getting a reading on the sonar. You're not alone out there.
Sphere.
We got a fugitive.
You're the great Sam Gerard.
Yes, I am. What the hell's going on here?
The fact remains Sheridan killed those agents.
So what's your next move? I need your help.
What do you intend to do?
Catch him. I'm not having any fun here. Damn, I thought I could disappear.
U.S. Marshals.
What's the difference between other internet providers and Prolog internet service from Penn Teledata? It's the 6,000 phone lines, 28 T1s, 4 DS3s, and ATM capabilities. Let me show you in layman's terms. Other data transmissions, Prolog internet service from Penn Teledata. Kind of obvious, huh? Travel the internet with someone you can trust for exceptional service and great prices. Call Prolog today, 1-800-804-5783, and experience the difference.
Welcome back to Service Electric Cable TV, Channel 8. Bergen Catholic defeats Pope John 55-53 at the buzzer. Joining me right now, Kevin Vaughn. And Kevin, we talked about it all year, and especially tonight, you showed it. The big players step it up in a big game, 24 points and 11 rebounds. Talk about your game here tonight.
Well, I was just trying to, play as hard as I could just to help us win. We were taking, pretty good shots, and I tried to get some offensive boards early and, see if we get some easy buckets too.
There were some times when you did definitely dominate the offensive glass. One sequence where you had 3 consecutive offensive rebounds, finally put the ball back there. Now looking at it, I'm sure it hasn't even sunk in yet that you've now just played your last game at Pope John.
Yeah, it hasn't completely sunk in yet, but we played hard all season, and I'm proud of the team.
Talk about playing without Tim Sweeney tonight. Obviously a big factor, Tim, with his offense, of course, the shooting that everyone knows, but also defensively, I'm sure your team missed him a lot tonight as well.
Yeah, we could have used Tim tonight, but I think we stepped it up and played hard, and we filled in for anything that we missed with him.
Talk about your plans for next year now. I think you said before you're undecided, and maybe there's some schools that you're looking at for next year.
Yeah, as of right now, it's Binghamton and Stockton, most likely to to go next year. But we'll see what happens in the offseason.
All right, before we send it over to Joel Kanye, what has Tom Fox, Coach Fox, meant to you in your 4 years here at Pope John? Of course, legendary coach here at Pope John.
He's meant a lot to me especially as a defensive player, and he's helped me just take my game real slow and just keep improving every year. So I owe him a lot.
All right, Kevin, thanks a lot. Good luck, whatever your choice is next year for school.
Thanks.
And I'll send it over to Joel Kanye, who has Coach Tom Fox.
Right, Nick, what a class act Kevin Vaughn is, and a class act you are, Coach Tom Fox, for coming out here. A very tough game. I'm in shock. I'm sure you're in shock after that ending. First of all, let's talk about a kind of a controversial call. Well, you think it is a controversial call. You're saying that last play in the last 45 seconds when they inbounded the pass here on the sideline was backcourt.
Well, it's not a controversial call. He just missed the call. That's all. But, you don't... it was an important part of the game. The guy missed the call, and that's the way it goes. One day a peacock, the next day a feather duster.
You guys had a 50-42 lead with 3 minutes remaining in this game. I thought this game was over. You were well in control of this game. The whole game, all game long, you were in control. They had 2 leads in this game, and of course the last lead was the big one, obviously, with Jers hitting that big 15-footer. I mean, what happened down the stretch?
Well, we just didn't take care of the ball in the last 2 minutes of the game, and we've done a great job of that most of the time this year. And this year we didn't. And whether the kids were a little lackadaisical handling the ball, or whether the referees swallowed the whistle in the last 2 minutes, is probably a little bit of both. And that's the way it goes. That's basketball, and that's why you play the game.
Talk about this ball club this year. You finished up 20-6. You won the SCIL Festival for the first time in your history here at Pope John. Very satisfying year for you. Is this your last year?
It may be. I'm going to make my mind up by next week. And there's a lot of things that I'm thinking about, and that's one of the possibilities.
Talk about the seniors on this club. You'd like to go out with this group of guys?
Oh, it's yeah. If I do go out, you can't pick a better group to go out with. I don't know exactly where I'm headed right now with this decision, but it's certainly something that's part of the consideration. Would be these kids. They're 5 of them are wonderful.
You know what's great about you, Coach, is when I mentioned that, the kids, a big bright smile came over your face mentioning these guys here.
How can you not? I mean, they've been fabulous, and that's why people get into this business in the first place. It's one of the reasons you're doing what you're doing, and it's all part of the same things. We like working with kids. It keeps us young, and quite honestly, it enables us not to grow up either.
Absolutely, I hear you right there. It keeps everybody young here.
Well, and I probably haven't grown up, so I've been a kid for 51 years for the good reasons and the bad reasons, and we'll just try and see. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but
if you do decide to quit, what's your most fond memory about coaching?
Oh, I don't have right now. Is a bad time to ask that. I can't. Maybe in the future I'll be able to handle that one.
All right, Coach Fox, you've been a class act. We said it last time. You won the SCIL Festival this year, had a great weekend. Real tough loss tonight. You're a class act. We really appreciate you coming on right after the basketball.
There's a lot of people around who are very upset you keep using that word class act with the name Tom Fox, but I'll let you handle the problem with that one.
Coach,
thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Nice to be
Good
with
luck
you
the rest of the way.
guys.
Okay, Coach Tom Fox. He's got to give himself a little more credit than that. What's going on with that? We have Mark Jers now with Nick DeGennaro. Go ahead, take it away, Nick.
All right, Mark, 17 points in this game, and I have to admit to you, I was a little bit critical of your shot selection, but you told me that normally those 23, 24-foot shots, you can hit those without any problem.
Yeah, I wouldn't have taken them if I didn't think I was confident on every one. Just balls seemed to go in and out a lot tonight, and I just try to keep shooting and get myself out of my little slump that I went into.
Let's also talk about one of your teammates here. Dan Gilmore really picked up the slack throughout the game, 24 points. He had a huge game besides you, second leading scorer on your team with 17. But talk a little bit about his game tonight. A lot of people know about you, but may not know too much about Dan.
Yeah, I know. All year it's been like that. People are trying to be keying on me, and he gets open, he cuts to the basket, and he finishes a lot. He hit his threes tonight, and he's played great.
Let's talk about it. You have the ball with 30-plus seconds to go. You know you're going to get the shot. What are you thinking? You're thinking drive there the whole way, or are you thinking pull-up jumper, or whatever the defense gives you?
I really wasn't thinking about that too much. I just wanted to get the last shot of the game. I didn't want to turn it over on our delay. So we were trying to be careful passing it outside, and that kind of got my mind off of it a little bit. And then I just drove to the basket and got whatever came.
Got bumped around a little bit as well on the way to that drive when you first got the ball, but you still found a way to square up and make that shot, and a lot of confidence taking that shot there.
Yeah, I just wanted to get a good look at the basket, and 4 seconds left. I shot it, so just in case it came off, we had a chance for a rebound.
All right, Mark, thanks a lot. Good luck. Congratulations. Just went good luck the next round with Bishop Eustace.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, right now I'll come back to Joel, and he kind of pulled him in halfway through your interview, so a little surprise there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nick, you criticized him during the game a little bit with his shot selection, but the kid came up big at the end, and that's why he's the leading scorer for the Bergen Catholic Crusaders of all time.
That's right, and it doesn't matter what I say on camera. All that matters is what he does on the court. So he's got a lot of confidence making that shot. You know, sometimes what happens is players fall into what I like to call the John Starks syndrome. You keep shooting the jumpers like Starks did in the NBA Finals against Houston, and they don't go in. Well, Jers made the adjustment Starks never did. He put the ball on the floor and went to the basket and made things happen. And he started to drop those plays in and started to make them. And as you see, he's got good size standing next to me. He's about 6'1", good size for a guard, and also great quickness. And he started to make it. And he said, you know, a lot of times these guys make up their mind. You know what? The jumper's not falling. Let me put the ball on the floor and make something happen. He did. He made the shot that won the game.
Let's talk about this Pope John club, up 50-42 with 3 minutes remaining in this game. I thought this game was over. They were in complete control of this game. What happened at the end? Bergen Catholic went on a 13-3 tear to end this ball game.
Well, number one, Pope John had been pretty careless with the ball throughout the game. A lot of turnovers throughout the game did not help. And I think what happened here is the one thing we'd been talking about with them for a couple months, the lack of a true point guard, a guy that you can put the ball in his hands and he can beat 2 or 3 players in the backcourt. And really, Bergen Catholic did a great job of pressing, rotating that press up, and getting in someone's face before they can make a play. Tim Sweeney out, you know, Kevin Vaughn won't say it, and Coach Fox won't say it, but Tim Sweeney out really hurt them because he's a great ball handler. He's also got fantastic size. You can inbound the ball to him. He can look over the top of a trap. He can also, you know, move the ball very quickly, or you can throw those long and high passes to him, and he's going to pull him down. That really hurt them tonight.
Well, you hit it right on the head, and Coach Fox also said that they just couldn't take care of the ball in the last 2 minutes. I'm in shock right now. I thought this game was over, and before you know it, Bergen Catholic with a 2-point victory. Now let's talk about Kevin Vaughn. A superb game. What a class act he is. We said that before. 24 points, 11 rebounds tonight for Kevin Vaughn. Talk about his game, and his energy on the court is so great.
Well, we had talked about over the last year or so that this young man had to step up his game, had to be more forceful inside, had to assert himself, take people off the dribble. He's done every single bit of that. Turned into a great offensive rebounder, and really just carried this team at certain points this season. Now, moving on to the next level, it's going to be interesting to see where he goes with his athletic ability. 6'4", 6'5". Now, Joel, at the next level, he's going to have to play probably an outside position or a position facing a basket, not with his back to the basket. So he's still going to round out his game, but with the phenomenal skill that he has and the way we've seen him grow, you know, I think that he'll do that no problem.
He also has a great athletic body for a basketball player, great quickness, great athleticism. Jay Brubacher, a great season for them, came up big in every big spot for Pope John, it seemed like, especially here in the postseason in the SCIL tournament, and also tonight. Just a solid basketball player, one that's overlooked time after time.
Yeah, he really is, because he's such a dangerous player with his shooting. And people always think about his shooting, but his defense and his rebounding has really made this Pope John team so dangerous. Again, tonight he had 7 or 8 rebounds. Really a good rebounder, great anticipation, and a very solid defender.
Rob Guadagnini, another solid night for him. Always battling under the boards for rebounds, putting the ball back up. Had a very solid postseason also.
Yeah, it really does. Has a great basketball body, great mentality, works the baseline well. It's just a tireless worker underneath, and a good ball handler for a player his size. And he brings those intangibles to the team, including the emotional lift and the defensive awareness, and also the on-court leadership.
Now, there was 45 seconds left in this game when Bergen Catholic had the ball at half court. They had to bring it inbounds, and it was a backcourt call. We didn't see it because it was right in front of us, and there was a lot of people there. But Coach Fox was upset about that after the game, but like he says, hey, they just missed the call.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. You know, we don't have the 3 officials here like we had in the SCIL Festival Finals. It also looked like Pope John was calling a timeout with about a second left, and a full timeout should have advanced the ball. And hey, you know what? It's a prayer to get that in, but you know, maybe they deserved the chance to get that prayer. And that's the second time we've seen that this year, where really the clock should have been stopped, and it wasn't. But, you know, that happens sometimes, and really Pope John was in a bind. He had 2 great ball handlers and shooters on the other side in Gilmore and in Jers. And so what are you going to do? If you try to press them out high, then they're going to drive on you. So, you know, it's always tough.
Also, we could talk about a letdown at Pope John here after winning the SCIL Festival against the Newton Braves, playing a picture-perfect game. But I don't really sense that tonight because they did play a solid game tonight.
Yeah, they did, and it was just two very quality players on Bergen Catholic, and those big players like that will make the difference sometimes in these big games.
All right, our next game will be at Hopatcong. The girls rev up for the state playoffs. Hopatcong girls, the SCIL Festival champions. Talk about that game. We're looking forward to it.
Should be a great game, and we're excited to see how the Hopatcong handles this playoff run.
They went plenty far last year. We're looking forward to that. Check Channel 8 listings when that game will be on. Once again, the final score here at Pope John. Bergen Catholic wins it 55-53 over the Pope John Lions. Pope John finishes the year at 20-6. Bergen Catholic moves on. They're now 14-10. Once again, the final score, 55-53. We'll wrap it up right now. For our executive producer, Larry Prideluck, Ben Master, our statistician, Nick DeGennaro, I'm Joel Kanya. Have a great night, everybody, here on Action Sports.
What's the difference between other internet providers and Prolog internet service from Penn Teledata? It's the 6,000 phone lines, 28 T1s, 4 DS3s, and ATM capabilities. Let me show you in layman's terms. Other data transmissions, Prolog internet service from Penn Teledata.